Welcome to the Urban Worlds launch event. We have a really exciting program for you today to celebrate the launch of SFU's new Urban Worlds major.
This past summer, Simon Fraser University made the exciting announcement that it added a new major to its undergraduate offerings. Today, we get to celebrate that in person right here. The grand purpose of Urban Worlds is to advance an inclusive and sustainable future, as I mentioned at the outset. For the undergraduate student, the practical benefits are many. An accelerated master's option is available. Real-world learning is part of this degree. 2 streams to allow students to focus on what inspires them most. You made the right decision to be here tonight as academics, planners, students, and the public, to come together to think about how to build better cities, to discuss the importance of aging-friendly cities, and to take a peek into what we are doing in the classroom as we build our first cohort of Urban Worlds students.
Antha Swalamia, Talitsan at Musqueam. Amisep Quiquilam, Ait Tanashkwalawan Kutsi Quetznala. My name is Courtenay Gibson. I carry the traditional name Swalamia, which was gifted to me by my Sparrow and Charles family. I am from Musqueam, and what I said was I would like to welcome you today. I want to welcome you to the shared traditional and unceded territory of the Musqueam, Squamish, and Tsleil-Waututh people. I was really honored to have been asked to do the welcome today, and it really gives me a good feeling to see everybody gathered here. As was mentioned, I've been working for 3 years as a TA at SFU and did my a Master's of Indigenous Business and Leadership through the Beatty School of Business, and will be next year coming up to teach a course in Indigenous economies. So I'm really sort of tied to that program and really enjoy supporting the SFU programming and really believe in the change and the things that it can do for students. While we celebrate today, I really encourage faculty, staff, leaders, and future students alike to look at not only at these innovative teachings, these new ideas, but also the teachings that might exist around you, particularly to continue to create relationship with the Indigenous peoples whose land the programs are on. I'm excited to see the future impacts of this new program and how it might positively impact the communities around us and will help to create leaders and change makers moving into the future.
Issues like climate change are going to have a driving impact, on our cities and on our societies there. And I think whether it is we're talking about the roles that cities play in shaping cities that have impacts on mitigating climate change by reducing our impact with greenhouse gas emissions, how we design our transportation systems, how our buildings work, has a huge impact on that. I think we can all recognize the really big role that local governments and city building plays in terms of the challenges that we have with our housing system. We also need to be thinking about how urban planning has to evolve and change in this new paradigm and discussion relating to reconciliation. This is why we need these types of undergraduate programming, because we need more people to engage, understand cities, understand the importance and the roles that they have in the big issues that are going to be driving society.
Through the Urban Worlds program, I think you're going to get a multi-dimensional approach to planning, and really that's one of the most important things, in my opinion, when you're taking a look at planning. It really goes outside of the bounds of a municipal boundary or a community boundary. It's unquantifiable how far just things can spread as you look at urban planning as a whole, and ultimately Urban Worlds. The 2 streams that are being offered by SFU's program here really give ample opportunity to give students the chance to find what they're passionate about and focus in on that. You're going to be always more successful if you're passionate about what you do, and I'm really excited for the students that get to join this program and get to find that passion and see it through. This program really also creates a unique and valuable opportunity to equip future professionals with all these skills whether they become planners, whether they become another profession, understanding the urban world and the world around you is a really important piece to understand what your next step and what your role may be. I applaud SFU for taking on this challenge, trying to plan for a future that we don't know what it will look like. But from speaking with fellow planners and everyone in this room, I think there's a real sense of excitement in this program, and I cannot wait to see the success of not only the students, but also the successful communities that we'll all get to experience and live in as a result of these new planners.
One of the major trends in our society and in our world is, of course, the aging population. So I think we need to really turn our attention to that and all of both the challenges and the opportunities that presents for our world, so that we can really make sure that our cities and our world are more accessible and more inclusive for the aging population.
Now, this program is truly exciting because, to me, it's one of a kind, really, blending sort of very interdisciplinary perspectives across political, historical, cultural, and geographic dimensions of urban environments. I've had the pleasure of being the lead instructor for URB 101, one of the flagship courses for the program. It features a unique sort of team-based teaching approach where faculty members from urban studies contribute their expertise on really diverse topics such as history of cities, urban diversity, transportation, sustainability, urban governance, Indigenous urbanism, and age-friendly cities and communities. So the course was designed to provide students with a very well-rounded understanding of urbanization processes, patterns, and challenges worldwide. So we focus on building critical thinking skills through activities such as evidence reviews, reflexivity, photo voice, mood boarding, and neighborhood walks. Students assess urban frameworks and critique them and develop recommendations for planners, developers, and architects to co-create what we call an optimal city.
Addressing global challenges in the context of cities is key in creating a more just world focused on positive urban change. So one of the streams in this major is called Urban Change, which is likely the stream I'd be studying in if I'd been in this major. So the Urban Change stream, based on the courses within, places focus on the geography of urban development and looks at urban processes, urban challenges, and city-based issues and how they are all very dynamic. So this stream is important in creating better urbanists because it puts students into these real-life situations, it allows them to tackle political issues on the ground, and as a result, understand how urbanism looks in the real world. These courses, this stream, and this program as a whole give students the tools to understand urban issues by becoming educated on concepts such as space and place to navigate everyday challenges and processes, learning about policies, understanding zoning and city planning laws, and how we shape cities and cities shape us. The greatest feat of this program, in my opinion, is with those tools that you'll gain from the intro courses such as URB 101 and Geog 161, you then get the freedom to shape your assignments and research to fit your own needs and develop and expand your urban knowledge.
Aitswail nisiam nisiaya antaskachlia tleits and atla chumasque maltamas. Tana ten thothalamad kwathanaman alta samkensi tana mamana e komora almuch e Sophia e hoya iti tansia kilinages and tanshwala kwa swalamia. Itan quel hankaminum kan ni hai tanashquals kunitamakan. I tanshqualoin, I touchqualoin, quitsni quitsnala. All right. Good evening, everyone. It's okay. She can come up. We're planning for her future. All right. So the piece I'm going to share with you is called Since Time Immemorial. So we are the descendants from the families who made first contact. We are the first people of these lands. We entered through various portals, a transformation site just over that way, sent as caretakers and instructors, some from these beautiful skies and some from these seas, some from these rocks and some from these trees. But then some of us sent back to do this work again because this is our way. My heart is this earth, and this earth is my heart. My heart is this earth, and this earth is my heart. We listen to all the little birds, the crickets, the frogs, peepom, wochas, 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 the owls, tzitmuch. They tell us when it is time. Smoked salmon, candied salmon, salmon, sashimi. Weavings are mathematical and scientific formulas and not just art. Yes, our weavings are mathematical and scientific formulas and not just art. Holistic health, probiotics, omega-3s, superfoods, proteins, natural nutrients from these lands, from all of these beautiful lands. Living off this land. Plant medicine, oh how I need this plant medicine. Deer, elk, and butter clams, oolagan, sturgeon, cedar roots, our roots since time immemorial. You see, we're sent as caretakers and instructors, a creation story passed on from centuries ago. It's written in this land and it's told in our language. Markers all across these sacred lands, house posts at YVR once home to 7 Musqueam village sites and UBC with 5 or more. Entranceways at Stanley Park, weavings at Safeway, BC Place and CBC buildings and spindle whorls and malls and manholes across this city. But these often go unnoticed. Much like when contact was made, they were here. When contact was made, we were here. The evidence is the balance. We take what we need and we leave some for the next. Each village site has a name. And when I'm standing here, I can see so many village sites within our territory. It's not just one place. There's so many different places that are surrounding us. Each village site has a name and a purpose and every path in between, but this still goes unseen. Since time immemorial, today we call them by their archaeological dig titles, rights and titles. In our backyard today, under the same golden sun, my children swim in a plastic pool on a site called DHRT4, where 7,000-year-old plus basket fragments were found, cedar basket fragments. Written in this land is our Section 35 Royal Proclamation inherent right to this Indian Act land, which I may never actually be able to ever own again. Yet we still live on the same place where our ancestors once did, and 6 feet under is the history. And within this city, before these cities, are populations of 35,000, once at one village site, Marpole, 70th, and Granville. I Almuch, a village site we call Jericho, but my warrior son, Alistair Jericho. You see, my heart is this earth, and this earth is my heart. My heart is this earth, and this earth is my heart. Amitsep Kukwilum, welcome everyone to the unceded territory of the Musqueam, Skohomish, Etzalewatal Masteyog. Haitepka, thank you everyone.
There's so much to learn about how the history and geography of these cities shape where we are today. The students in this program will thrive in the comparisons they can make across different cities. Our hope is that they will deepen their imagination of the possibilities for what cities can become. And as May said, to become more just places. How we work with communities to understand that. And it makes me very happy that at SFU we have a co-op program that allows students to have immersive experiences in communities. So finally, I just want to say thank you for coming out today. We hope that you will pass the word along to your friends and neighbors and anyone you know who shows an interest in this topic, that we do have this degree. And I'll end with Claire's quote, "We shape cities and cities shape us, but let's do it in a better way." So thank you.